Yeah. This is new. Check this out. Now they're showing like everything that's happening when you're live casting.
Us or everybody?
Like all the video no, just us.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Okay.
To Mahershala Ali's
peace and blessings. Sorry to cut you off, honey, but the music just ended.
Yeah. Pianist.
Okay. Yeah. Hey guys, we're just talking about a little Viggo Mortensen, just some super revolutionary shit over here.
Not. So should just let me talk about the movie. Should just let me lay out all the facts.
Tell it.
Nope. Too late. The moment has passed.
Bye, moment. Hello.
To Woke with Kids.
Yo.
Guess what? Our kid is still awake.
Yes,
actually.
He is awake.
At 11:06 p.m.
That's what happens when you take naps, y'all.
A late ass nap.
The naps will set you free.
You know, there's an Instagram account that somebody reposted today, and I meant to follow it because I'm curious, and it's called @the_nap_ministry. And it basically touts all the benefits of taking naps. I presume that was the
I love it.
thing she reposted.
This is what we need more of in our society.
I think
and
we
culture.
might. We just might. Hey, everybody. I'm Melissa.
I'm Inyaze.
We're Woke with Kids.
We're Woke with Kids. It's been a long goddamn day. It's Wednesday.
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day. It's almost December. Wow. The days, the weeks, the years, they go by so quickly.
Year.
Yes.
This is your first time joining us, which would be...
Yeah, it's possible. I hope
totally
it is.
Possible.
I hope it is. I hope it's the first time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hope this is the first time.
We are a weekly-ish podcast. Weekly-ish? Yeah, totally-ish.
We're weekly-ish podcast. We started in the summer of
2016.
Of Black Bodies Dropping.
It was particularly intense.
Yeah, it was an intense year. So we started a podcast because, why not? All the kids are doing it, and we got things to say, and marching is I
like to think of it as we have things we like to talk about.
There's things I like to talk about. That's right.
So,
and I don't like marching. Be quite honest with you. I'm not that kind of guy. But I will write a sign with you with like the best of them. Anyway, so instead we're gonna bitch and armchair philosophy. At least I am, for my part. About what we should do and what we should feel about things that are happening in the world. And you're welcome, because I'm an old black man, or I'm working on being an old black man. But I'm getting there.
Can you put the Facebook up?
Facebook, yes.
The Book of Faces?
The Book of Faces, yes. Okay. You may see the Book of Faces.
Do you want to jump right in?
Let's jump right in. Let's jump. What should we do?
Y'all know what it is?
Yeah, but should we do Trump be Trumping? Should we do the good
get
stuff?
It out of the way.
Okay, let's do the Trumping.
I can't believe we can keep this bit going because this motherfucker is always tripping.
He's trumping. Just when you think he's done. Just when you think he's done. Just think when he's trumped out, when he can't go another level of Trump-ocity. Oh no, there's another level. There's another level to go.
This headline is out.
I'm looking
at a headline that Yaze has pulled up, and it says, a Wall Street Journal interview on trade shows Trump has no idea what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. I just want to be. So look, he did this interview in the Washington, excuse me, Jesus, not the Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, and he mixed up. I shouldn't
laugh because this is real people's lives, but it's kind of comical. I think I laugh to keep from crying.
Yes,
sometimes.
that's what I mean. This is I don't want to be petty about this. I don't want to just okay. So the fact that he mixes up tariffs and interest rates,
what?
Which is, I don't know, on face value kind of difficult to confuse. I mean, they seem like pretty obviously different things. A tariff is a sales tax that's imposed on goods that are imported into a country, right? An interest rate is, you understand that. It's something like what my credit card charges me for borrowing money for credit, or it's what my money accumulates in a savings account because of the use that I allow the bank and its financial doings, and I garner interest. We sort of understand those things. So I had assumed that my president, who is like really fucking good at business, super good at business, I just assumed. Did I wrongly assume? Did I hugely wrongly assume that that's not what the fuck is going on? But anyways, yeah, so Trump isn't very smart, and that's what that is. Okay, so
completely kind of random. We did not discussing this, but you see, I saw a picture of Melania walking down some White House hallway. I don't know if this was can't be the West Wing. That's where the president does all his business, right?
Yes.
East Wing, and that's like the family side. And
she's on the East Wing. He's on the West. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was all these like ceiling tall red Christmas trees, and it had like white shit at the top, and it looked like giant handmaidens from The Handmaid's Tale. And I just visually, it was like, what the fuck is going on here? I thought somebody had like memed the photo.
No, it was so
and
bad.
Made it red.
It was so bad.
And then I saw a headline saying, "Oh, she's like defending her choice of that," and I was like, I don't even want to read the shit.
Don't think that's like, what she was doing.
Okay, what else we got?
GM is closing plants and cutting jobs, and Trump is mad as hell.
Nobody wants some little Coupe de Villes.
He's mad as hell.
Is that what it is?
Nobody wants the sedans.
It's Chevy. It's like the Chevy little ones.
Yes.
You know, like your Uber driver.
Nobody wants the regular cars. Nobody wants the gas saving.
$4,000.
Environmental saving. Nobody wants that shit. They want a truck.
F-150. Is that a GM car? I don't know.
Yo, you remember back in 2000, like when the gas like went super high, like after 9/11, when gas got like stupid high. I will never
forget that year. I just started college, and I was able to fill up my gas tank for $10. Now I know I'm old, okay?
Real talk.
I would leave LA. I was a freshman. Get gas like on the way. Drive 60 miles to my home where my mom was, where I grew up. And I could do that like every other weekend, and it was nothing.
Like nothing.
And it was,
and then suddenly, a year later, it was like
that's why we sound like 80-year-olds, because we're like, gas used to be $1.
Real talk, crazy.
That's exactly what we're saying. There was this one I used to go to. It was 99 cents.
Gas
it was
used
right
to
off
be
the
99
it was right off the freeway,
gallon.
So I could just be like, burp.
And I remember for years feeling like I will never get used to gas being this goddamn much money. And you know what's really fucked up about that? Classic woke with kids tangent. But is that we have been, since like the mid 2000s, we have been having a energy boom in America where we're producing like so much more of our own fuel and oil and all that stuff. Meanwhile, I just realized we're cursing our asses off and our kid is in the garage. That's I just want the people to know that's just how life is. So you can call social services. Anyways, so yeah, man, it's ironic as fuck. The fact that we live in this world the way it is. But getting back to the subject at hand, GM is closing plants and cutting jobs, and that's real people's jobs apparently. It said it would add or keep. Hold up, let me say no. Amid criticism from President-elect, we're going back in time here. In January 2017, General Motors announced plans to invest an additional $1 billion in manufacturing in the United States, and said it would add or keep 7,000 jobs in the U.S. A decision it admitted was years in the making. Trump thanked the company at the time. All right. Now, less than 2 years later, the automaker said that Monday it would make overhauls that would lead to $6 billion in cost reductions by 2020, including the shuttering of up to 5 plants in the U.S. and Canada, and slashing 15% of its salaried workforce, a total of some 14,700 jobs. That is double the amount of jobs that they originally promised that they would keep or somehow add to the economy. Okay? So you can imagine why Trump feels a little bit disappointed about what is going on here. Okay. So, anyway, but what's funny to me also is that GM's president is a woman named Miss Barra. I don't need to know her first name. I don't need to know it. Miss Barra. And she is like the most cold-blooded, ruthless CEO I've ever heard of, because she is essentially saying, well, things are good right now, but we expect they're going to get bad. So we might as well go ahead and make these cuts and pivots so that we can go ahead and keep in. I'm like, God damn, that's vicious.
When is it closing? Like early in the new year? Not before Christmas.
Oh God, I don't know.
I think it's a Wonderful Life.
No, I think it's
have
over.
Motherfuckers committing suicide. I mean,
over months.
I'm sorry, how dying by suicide.
No, but over months. Okay, moving on. Manafort breached the plea deal by repeatedly lying. Mueller says so. So that to recap, Manafort was found guilty of doing a bunch of bad stuff. He agreed to cooperate with Mueller, and then he lied to Mueller, therefore forfeiting any type of leniency. So that's what brings you up. Why would he do that, you're asking? Because Donald Trump said that pardoning him is still not off the table. So, ta-da!
Oh, look at his smug, fucking pasty ass face.
And if you're wondering,
this picture right here says it all. He was like,
nasty. That's nasty.
He was like, y'all,
and
fucking dudes in the White House. I ain't going to jail. Fuck that. We got some money.
He don't give a fuck.
Like literally, this man does not look stressed at all. He not sweating it. He's like, my suit look good. It's expensive. No, I learned that from Donnie.
Listen. Here, you can see what we see. Okay, he is like, boo. That's actually. No, let me take you back to us. Hold on. So, there you go. Now I can show him to you. That's what he looks like right there. Just looking like a white man that just beat off in the bathroom just on justice. He didn't give a fuck. He just walked in there just feeling refreshed. So anyways, Trump's probably going to pardon him because why the fuck not? His whole empire of cards and dreams is falling apart. So much so that he's still standing for Saudi Arabia and their murdering of a American citizen. So whatever, who cares, right? That doesn't even matter. Who cares? Trump criticizes the architect of the bin Laden raid. He's criticizing the military. Nobody cares. His base still loves him. It's weird. It's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
What are you going to do? And his daughter is using personal email accounts for government business, but, don't lock her up. Don't do that. I don't know. That's all I want to say about Trump. You got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Fantastic. All right, we're done with Trump. All right, moving on. Do you want to move into something a little bit lighter, or do you want to just dive right into what I like to think of as the spiritual core of this show?
Let's kind of go here because it just feels wrong to talk about anything else without addressing, first, just talking about the fact that they are tear gassing at the border. Word. U.S. soldiers are shooting tear gas at,
I guess I know what segment we're going into now.
Yeah, we just have to. People seeking asylum, which is not illegal.
No.
And they have a legal right to go to a country's borders and request to go through the process.
Yes.
The vetting process of seeking asylum. They would have to verify whatever issue you say is happening in your country. Do you live in the area where that's it's not like... That's why they're not, quote unquote, sneaking across the border.
That's right. That's why they're declaring
themselves. Because they have a legitimate reason to come.
Yes. That's
so
right.
Unless we're saying we're closing our borders to everyone, there is no reason to exclude people seeking asylum.
Oh, honey, didn't you hear? We're closing our borders.
Then we have the fact that many in this crowd are women and children.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
So Where are your rapists and your criminals?
Where are your virtues? Like, this is the thing about Trump, and I know that nobody who loves Trump listens to this podcast. I know that I'm preaching to the choir. I know it. I get that, but I mean, look, amongst us friends, I don't even understand what virtues they think that they're fighting for. Like, all Trump is against things. He's even against the guy who went in and caught bin Laden. And I'm not even the dude for like retributive blood justice. But when we caught bin Laden, even I was like, fucking A, man. Fuck that motherfucker. You know, like, yeah, kill him at least. And he's shitting on the guy that caught him. I'm like, he doesn't have any respect for the military.
He showed that. I mean, fuck bin Laden, but the fact that he didn't go to any of the Veterans Day events or visit the tomb of the unknown soldier. I mean, even I know that shit.
Well, that's his hair, honey. That's a wholly different thing.
That is like, that. I feel like even people who are of the military and their families, I would be offended if I saw that. I really don't see how they can honestly claim him as their president.
You know what I hope?
Like, even if you let the misogyny and the racism go, because
if you can't even stand up for the people that are dying for the country,
if that's
risking
part
their
of
lives,
your legacy, of your family, and something you take pride in, how could you follow someone and support someone who wouldn't even take an hour?
Who wouldn't even risk their hair
to show respect? So
wouldn't even risk their hair.
That's my 2 cents on that. Okay.
Although in his defense, that's probably some very expensive hair gel that holds all that shit together. Since we're in Catching Hell, we might as well just dive into it. So your besties, Diamond and Silk. Diamond and Silk have landed they have finally accomplished the goal. Finally accomplished the goal of their coonery.
They've got a TV show, y'all.
They've got a TV show.
I'm excited for them, honestly. Independently of anything that comes out of their mouth, I'm looking at this picture of these 2 black women smiling. They got kids. They are making money.
I guess this is technically true.
I feel like, just like Cardi or whoever we like, to some degree, this is their real selves. You know, they're having fun doing it, probably.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, cool. They preaching to their choir. Why not?
Yeah,
on Fox, why not let them have a little show?
I do not think that they are converting anyone.
That's what I was gonna say. People black, white, whatever color. Yeah. I don't think you're watching them because you're like, I never thought of the point. I fully that way before. I'm gonna change my mind.
I fully expect at any moment. At any
I haven't
time
watched
in the future,
it in a while. I'm gonna watch the show. I'm gonna set it on.
Well, it's gonna be on some Fox on demand
we
channel.
Gotta watch it.
But I fully expect in the years to come, after Trump is out of office, they're gonna be like, we was just bullshitting.
I hope that they're on so long that their shit goes into syndication.
Oh my gosh!
What's the other homegirl? Not to jump around, but she's helping build generational wealth. I want Diamond and Silk to take this opportunity to build generational wealth for their families.
Oh my gosh.
Really though.
Gosh. Okay.
What else?
All right, here's another one. In the spirit of Catching Hell, this guy, a mother in Louisville, Texas, is demanding answers after her 21-year-old son arrived home from football practice earlier this month sporting a Confederate flag hat. Everyone just kind of went into an uproar because he comes in wearing this hat like it's just a regular hat. Amelia Morens Njoka told CBS Dallas Fort Worth. Oh shit! And Morens Njoka. That don't sound like no joke right there. Her son Austin Mormez is autistic and has been playing for the city's Special Olympics flag football team for almost 8 years now. The doting mother thought her son was in good hands, but is now questioning what led 3 white coaches to gift her son with such a hat. What the fuck? Oh my God. Why in the name? What is going on with you people? Oh my gosh. No, you didn't catch my dope new soundboard effect, but
I couldn't hear it over you. You were hooping and hollering, which was great, but I didn't get to hear it that well. You were in the middle of a gosh.
That's fine. It's this.
Oh, yeah. So, no, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's cuckoo crazy.
I saw that, and I didn't read the whole article because I was like, that's a little... I was like, I don't even really want to let myself go there, kind of, because I'm going to get really fucking upset. Oh, my
God.
I didn't even read the one where a little girl, like, they try to burn her hair or some shit. I was like, I wish a nigga would. Try to burn my child's hair at school?
Well,
don't make me have to come down there. So I did not read about that one, unfortunately, either, because I was like, not the babies.
Probably best for your self-care. Well, Ebony Magazine still faces a backlash for still not paying black writers their money. It looks like Ebony Magazine's legacy in the black community may be in jeopardy with a resurgence of backlash that's morphed into another protest hashtag. This week, thousands of fans took part in the viral Ebony Challenge, where they were asked to look up what cover of the publication was in circulation during the exact year and month of their birth. While many took part in the fun trip down memory lane, several journalists and black media groups were quick to use the counter hashtag Ebony Still Owes to remind the public about Ebony's history of not paying its writers. According to the Chicago Tribune, in February, Ebony agreed to pay dozens of freelancers nearly $80,000 to settle a lawsuit over unpaid work stretching back more than 2 years. Yet 10 months later, those writers have still not been paid. All right, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I mean, but you know what? The magazine industry is very difficult. I bet Ebony is just trying to stay in business right now, to be honest with you. And it's fucked up, but it's catching hell. But I guess the purpose I include in this segment is because it's also sad that an institution like that has to fuck its own people because of the harsh reality of what it's like to be a publisher these days. I want to think and I want to believe that it's not merely because Ebony just has some special desire.
No, I don't think that is the legacy. What's his name? John Johnson or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't think that was what he had in mind. I just refuse to believe that.
I just don't think that was the mission statement.
I mean, they'd have to produce some receipts to be like, he's trash.
You got to find him You got to find him
trash.
emails.
In the bylaws, it said, don't pay motherfuckers.
Need them emails.
But I don't know. I mean, I could see also that maybe entity not ever really prioritizing the writers and really ever paying them what they're worth. I do think the circumstances of the time is significantly impacting their ability to pay now, where the societal rules about work and all of that compensation have changed, where they couldn't really get away with that kind of freewheeling 1960s. So pay you $50, $100.
I hope that's true.
Also, they are same thing LA Weekly did. They just have any random writer person submit stuff, basically for free.
That sounds like Blackfishing.
And willing to say, let them publish it, and then the writers they had on staff or who should be getting paid or have been getting paid, this is their profession, can't really get paid. I mean, that's just,
Is that what the LA Times is doing?
No, not LA Times. I said LA Weekly.
Oh, LA. Oh, gotcha. Never mind. That
and
makes
then they
more
shut
sense.
down.
That makes more sense. That's bullshit. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, that's a stupid idea.
So it's so sad, honestly, because that used to be such a mainstay of moving to LA, getting to know the city, trying out new things. There was some good journalism happening.
Yeah.
Good features culturally about the city. So it did start to change. And, it's again, like you're saying, money. Financing for publications and things like that. Everyone's gone digital if they're even still making and producing content.
Exactly. So, what else is going on? God, there's so many bad things.
Oh my God, there's more?
Can't cover them all.
Didn't we go? Okay, hold on.
No, there's a lot. But I don't want to cover every single thing. I mean, like the lynch them all, the racist rants by the two North Carolina teenagers who.
Okay. Let's skip all that. Let's skip to this missionary who secretly traveled to a remote island off the coast of India, where the rules everywhere tell you don't fucking go over there. It's a sovereign place. We just kind of let them do their thing, and the rules don't apply there, and they don't like us. They don't like motherfuckers like you.
What's so complicated? So
this guy, it's documented that he felt compelled to try and go and convert them to Christianity. He tried to go, you have to raft out there and or kayak out there, and he went at night when you're not supposed to go.
He had to use 2 separate boats.
He bribed, not bribed them, but he worked with people because they're in trouble too. They got arrested. Whoever helped him.
He definitely bribed him. He definitely bribed him. He definitely bribed him. He bribed the fuck out of him. He gave him a lot
What else
of
do
money.
they do? They're like, hey, do you want to just take me? No, we're fucking gonna go to jail. Yes, they bribed him. So I was like, I never used the word bribe. I think that's what threw me off. I was like, he bribed them. I think it was more of a question. So he bribed them. Goes in the cover of night.
Word.
And they fucking killed him with a bow and arrow. So he didn't even really get that close.
Yo, and the way they killed him with the bow and arrow.
So,
oh my God.
Because, one reason could be, it's proven that when you bring other people to an island or a small group of people that have never really been exposed globally, you're going to bring diseases. Columbus and his men killed so many Native Americans.
Number one.
With just smallpox alone.
That's number one.
Motherfucking blankets and shit. So
it's also important to know that these islanders are the descendants of Africans. These African people who migrated off to this island and had been in this island for God knows how long, thousands of years, and everyone knows not to fuck with these people.
That's what I'm saying. It's like legal in the Indian government. Don't mess with them.
Just
That's our
leave
official
them
fucking
alone.
policy, and it's our official policy law. It's illegal to go over there.
Yes.
Don't go.
Yes.
And anyone who helps him.
And they are literally, to your point, protecting their lives because exposure to our diseases. And this motherfucker was writing in his journal shit like, I don't know why they're so hostile and so aggressive and why, da-da-da. And it's like...
He had a strong desire to help these people. If these motherfucking...
It's... Your
white saviors taking it overseas.
And what's worse is he's Asian. Yeah, and it's like that second generation colonialist.
That's a white colonialist thought and idea, and it's
so
just
crazy.
been passed down
through
Christian missionary work,
even doubly
to a large degree.
Dig how fucked this is, especially if this dude was Korean. Because
nothing's total.
I think he was Korean. Is that the Japanese invaded Korea, right, and enslaved the Koreans. And then they launched war against America. America fights the Japanese, defeats the Koreans, and then basically helps build up South Korea, right? And then South Korea, a bunch of them convert to Christianity and shit. And then this guy's family becomes Christians, and then he goes off to another place, back to Africans who have left Africa to live on an island to try to turn them into Christians. The irony of that is just so. It's just. Wow. It's just like guys, if you guys could just, it's like a werewolf bite.
Oh, this shit, listen to this. So, okay, he went out there and he sent the fishermen who were helping him back out to sea so as not to alert the tribespeople. He interacted with them. Some of the locals gave them gifts. However, the group became agitated and shot an arrow at him, hitting a book he was carrying. It was on November 15th. He escaped, swam out to where the fisherman's boat was waiting for him. He spent the rest of the evening writing about his experience, the caucasity, because that is a mind state. You know what I'm saying? That idea that you can just go anywhere and then journal about it and write down your feelings about how they live. But then, this is the reason I wanted to read it. This motherfucker went back out. He set out to visit the tribespeople the following day and never returned. Why not take your one thing? You made it out of there alive. But no. You didn't impose enough of your thoughts, ideas, and beliefs on these people.
You know what he thought? He thought, Jesus saved me. Jesus saved me in the blood of the anointing. I have been anointed.
And then some of the waiting fishermen saw them dragging his body. So what the police, consuls, everyone knows. What I was reading, the latest thing was that India is not, at this time, not making attempts to bring the body back. They are working to coordinate it, but they haven't recovered the body.
Okay.
The last time this happened where fishermen were killed by tribespeople was in 2006 after their boat broke loose and drifted onto the shore. Their bodies were never recovered.
Well, I guess my basic thing is this is obviously a tribe of like superhuman Amazonian people that we need to just leave the fuck alone. Or we're just going to kill a group of people by exposing them to our terrible viruses. And maybe, just maybe, after we destroy the world, these are the people that will rebuild.
No, it's very true. That's what
civilization.
they're saying. It's like the British colonial occupation of the Andaman Islands had decimated the tribes there, wiping out thousands of them. Very few of them survived. They don't even know the exact population. So their fear of outsiders is very real, and they're understandable, and so they don't fuck with us. They don't fuck with any of them. And it's like, don't go over there. It's protected.
That's some crazy shit. Look it up. Look up these people, man, and these pictures of these people, because they are black people, tall, lean, black island people just shooting arrows into you. It's goddamn Wakanda. They got, I bet you anything, they got magical light beams and technology and shit in there, and they're just fucking with us with these arrows. But real talk, there's a very real danger that they will send in some sort of pacification military force, and if that happens, it could very well be the trigger for what finally ends these people. And so, anyways, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that they respect these people's their integrity of their borders. I mean, after all, aren't we all about nationalism these days? And the integrity of people's sovereignty and shit.
Mexico, we're firing tear gas into Mexico.
Speaking of which, oh wow, perfect transition.
You know, we have what are we doing exactly? What's the plan exactly?
Yeah, we are.
Like, why aren't you letting them tell you their name and their paperwork and where they're from and what they want?
It's really
like you're putting people's lives. This seems like an international violation, like some international, groups would frown upon.
Well, the thing is, here's the problem: is that the United Nations has always been as strong as its strongest member.
And, that's exactly why they've pulled out. And
this is like the part in the superhero. This is like when Superman goes bad. When Superman gets exposed to whatever the kryptonite that turns him into an asshole, and that's what the rest of the world has to deal with us. That's why the superhero is such an apt analogy for America, is because we do have this sort of system where we choose our leadership in such a way where, one administration can have wildly differing objectives and priorities than the previous one.
Certainly.
You know what I mean? And but we still got the same fucking powers and nuclear powers and shit.
What are we in? Catching Hell?
Catching Hell, still on Catching Hell.
I don't know. This isn't quite Catching Hell. We already talked about we can't keep talking about this. We're shooting more black men, basically.
Yeah.
Who should not have been shot.
Malls, and especially in malls. The malls are a bad place.
The security guard stopped the bad guy who was trying to hurt people and pinned him down until the police got there. And they showed up and shot him. He died. And now they're saying, he shouldn't have had his gun out.
Yeah.
But the gun is what stopped the robber or whatever.
You know what it was? It was a moment. It was actually a goddamn moment of revelatory truth, because it was them saying, you know what, y'all? If y'all niggas just didn't scare the fuck, just stop scaring us. When you pull out a gun, it's scary and we're going to shoot you. The Second Amendment doesn't apply to you. That was something that just stop. You're misunderstanding everything, is what I feel like they want to say. Because this, for me, is a very personal subject, because I have a lot of friends, especially a lot of white libertarian friends, who are very invested in their gun rights and shit. And, I ask them, I constantly question them. I'm like, why do you feel like you even need a fucking gun? Who are you protecting yourself against? The government? Are you fucking crazy? I mean, the government has such wildly more destructive means of killing you.
So when they're like, the government's gonna take my guns, I'm like, only because you have a gun.
Only because you have
if they were gonna take it, it's because you have it. But I'm like, what about the fact they're taking your fucking money?
Yes, but
do you care about the fact that they're not paying you for work? They're not really offering you health care and the fact education.
The gun is just another tool of racism. You have the gun because you're scared of the other. They've scared you into thinking that there's some scary class of people that's going to do some shit to you, and that's why you're scared.
It's only them.
It's only
not
them. It's
anyone
always
who looks
them.
like you.
Yes, exactly.
Ever. Even though we've had a rash of mass shootings around the country for the last decade plus.
Thank you.
Oftentimes with an AR-15 rifle. Okay?
Because the truth is, you kill the people you're closest to.
So, unless you're just going to kill a bunch of people randomly.
Yeah, that's true. And usually when you do that, you kill a bunch of random people around you, goddammit. And like, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. If this is what you're good with, if you're good with it, I'm good with it. I'm fine.
I'm not good with it.
I know.
It's hard to know what to do now. We've done the election, and even in the places where Democrats didn't win, it was close. Mississippi, even though it went to that bitch, the racist bitch, like, I go to a lynch and fuck her.
Yeah, I just want to know.
So, it was close. It was close in Georgia. Mm-hmm. It was close in, what was that, Florida?
Very close, which is encouraging, actually.
Exactly. We shouldn't
have been competitive. We shouldn't.
In Mississippi, there's a black woman got elected to a circuit court judge, which is getting higher up. So that's positive as well.
Yeah.
And it's not going to change all overnight. There really is no blue wave, whatever fucking wave.
I mean, but getting a majority,
you gotta do what you get is the wave.
Yeah,
there's nothing bigger than what you get.
God, you know what? As I like to put it, and what I'm coming to terms with more and more is Octavia Butler, the prophetess, was right. God has changed. That's it. That's all there is to it. God has changed, and it's up to you to believe whether the change is good or bad. But God is always going to keep things moving. So let's keep it moving. Black China is promoting her skin lightening cream in Africa. Because, of course, she is. And that comes us from Bossip, who writes the best headlines, obviously.
It's just so terrible. First of all, I mean, it can be damaging to people's health.
Yeah.
Why would you promote some shit that is possibly dangerous, particularly when
wait, can we stop? Can we say, can we go as far as saying it's not just possibly dangerous, but the mere fact that you are destroying
I think
skin.
that you could argue that if you follow the instructions, which is maybe like a very small amount, like whatever the actual prescribed method is probably less than what most people use. What I was going to say was, because skin's color and colorism and racism is so tied into your emotional health, you're going to be able to convince yourself you need to use more if you hate how you look. So it lends itself, in my opinion, to abuse.
Can't just eat
and
porn.
That's why I think many people are experiencing negative effects. It's like butt injections, I guess, because if you really psychologically like, fuck, my ass can't get big enough, then you might get too much. And then what was that movie where she disgustingly fell and the thing went out? I was like, oh, she's got to have it. Ugh. That like haunts me. So, anywho, that's why I am particularly upset by this promotion.
But the fact that
then she's going into, what is it? Is it Nigeria?
She's taking it back to Africa, of course.
Which White Nicious is already known for that and targeting, because that is where skin bleaching products is very popular. Also in places like Jamaica.
Yes.
Everyone wants to bleach skin, and some people will use quote unquote less quality. That's why it can be sponsored and get this kind of like quote unquote C promotion, because everyone else is using like some crazy ass shit.
You know what? I'm gonna go slightly super woke on this one. I've been thinking a lot about this. I mean, probably because I'm working with this African girl now, this Nigerian girl, and she's Nigerian American, and her parents are Nigerian, or whatever. But just the thought of like a whole country of black people, right? And so, in this whole country of black people, you got some people that's doing very well, and you got a lot of people who ain't doing well at all. And the system is definitely not fair. And so, like, the motherfuckers on the bottom are looking at them like, these motherfuckers, but like, and then in my mind, I'm thinking, what do they hate them on the basis of? You know what I mean? Like, in America, all of our hatred is so focused around race and tribe and identity and shit. If you in Nigeria, like, of course, the Igbos.
I think everywhere else, I think the fact that it's race, which is like a construct, that's the main thing. Everywhere, I think, is tribal,
the Igbo,
class,
the Yoruba, the class.
This is everywhere in the world. Europe, it's.
But there's still, I guess my point is that there's still at the essence of it inequality, and probably greater inequality than what we have now. So if those people there want to dye their skin white for whatever reason, because they think emulating European features is cool or whatever. I'm like, still technically, there's still black people with the money to do that. And I'm like, if this bitch in Sweden is trying to darken her skin with melatonin and wave her hair out, I'm like, is this the? I mean, I don't even know what that means.
It was so weird in the article about this girl who was accused. We read
it.
I know. I'm explaining.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
What was it called? Blackfishing.
Blackfishing.
Supposedly, this Swedish Instagram model was blackfishing, where she was getting more likes and follows and whatever.
Oh shit, we didn't talk about that on the podcast
because she looked black. And then turns out she's Swedish and super white. So she finally responded after a couple of weeks, which is like years in social media land. Oh, and she said, no, I don't use anything. I'm not taking melatonin. And I was like, is that an error by the writer? What? Or did she say that? Because that would be to help you sleep. It's the hormone your body releases to help you sleep.
Hold on, I gotta show you this.
Anyway, she was like, we just tan really good here in Sweden. Look at my dad. I don't know what y'all fucking talking about.
Right.
But that is upsetting. And I know in places like India, it's also something that's heavily promoted. I'm sure there's models, celebrities, whatever, trying to
so this is her.
sell their whatever to pay. Rob just came out and said, I don't have money.
With the hips and everything.
I don't have $20,000 in child support to give you anymore.
And
that's what Rob Kardashian said. And she was like, damn, I need to do what I got to do. So I do see that side of it as well. But come on, find something else. Do some tummy tea or whatever it's called. Fashion Nova. Ooh, girl, you would look good. Somebody tell Blac Chyna to just get Fashion Nova.
All this shit is a scam, okay? All this shit is
get the flat tummy tea. That's what I mean. If it's all a scam, then don't go with white initials.
No. The thing is,
don't go with that one.
The reason
you're not using it, but there will be girls out there younger than you using it.
But the reason that these predators, you know, I'm in marketing. I can't help but see it from the marketing perspective. The reason these people in marketing can get away with this, especially on the shady sides, because these artists aren't used to these revenue streams. So it's just somebody just shows up and they're like, "Hey, you want $1 million?" But
that's what I said. But that's what I just said. Rob, the headline I read said Rob Kardashian said, "Hey, I can't pay $20,000 in child support no more."
Of course he can't. He ain't doing nothing.
The Sox venture did not take off like they had thought.
He ain't got no job.
See, he need to be cool with Scott.
Lord have mercy.
Scott do his thing. I don't even know what he does.
I don't even want to listen. I want to get out of catching hell. I don't even want to talk about this father who was accused of stealing and handcuffed in front of his children by the goddamn mall police.
We've gone on enough.
I don't even want to talk about that. Okay, so let's see what else can we talk about.
Let's do some yes, y'all.
Yeah,
Ava got $100 million deal.
Excuse me, Lord, that was nasty.
Okay. Jump right in. Ava DuVernay, my fave and yours, signs a $100 million multi-year deal with Warner Brothers TVs. That means for the next couple of years, Ava's going to be putting out content, bringing in extremely talented people, women, people of color, to work on multiple shows and writers and all of that wonderful stuff.
Super cool.
And she's going to get paid.
It's super cool stuff.
And she's going to get paid. And when Ava get paid, we all get paid. Like metaphorically speaking, and some people get paid actually because they work on the thing.
That's right.
But
that's right.
It's both. It's yes and
yes.
So which is why one reason she's my fave and yours.
That's right. That's you know what? That's right. And
that was my big one.
I love it. You know what? And here that deserves.
I think it pisses God off if you walk.
Don't you?
It's like not a show if you don't play that.
Stingy in your heart. Don't be stingy in your heart. You just give it up. Give it up to the Lord, okay? All right, now, what else is great?
I don't know. Let me
what
see.
else is?
Oh, okay. Well, we're talking film and things of that nature.
This is anything good. Anything good?
That they're making a remake of the movie classic Candyman, and like you, he was like, Yazzie was like, "Oh, that's gonna fucking suck." I said, "Wait a minute." It's being co-written by Jordan Peele, my fave and yours.
Okay.
Obviously, of the director and writer of Get Out.
That sounds
And
good.
he's got that new movie, Us, coming out. That's what'll really cement my non-important opinion on whether this movie remake is going to be good is if the second film is good. I mean, Get Out was so amazing. It's like, okay, what else can you do? And then if he can nail that, then I really trust in his ability to adapt to the story.
Fair enough. Yep. I agree.
And there's a black woman who did another movie. I don't know the name of it, but I know she won the Nora Ephron Award, which stood out to me because I just watched the HBO documentary on Nora Ephron called Everything is Copy. Very interesting woman. Did you know she married Carl Bernstein, who was one of the Washington Post reporters who uncovered and put out the Watergate story? Trust me, if y'all got a little bit of time, watch Everything is Copy.
All right.
And after you do that, put on your list to check out Us whenever it comes out, and also just 2 snaps for Nia DaCosta and Jordan Peele and anyone else connected with the Candyman remake. I send you blessings. I want good things. So I'm going to think positive about it.
Marvin Gaye and Gregory Hines are going to appear in postage stamps in 2019. Yay!
Isn't it being drawn by, what's his name again? He does all the stuff.
Derry Noyes.
No, I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. Oh my god. Are you clicking on it?
No, I'm not clicking on it. You want me to click on it?
Yeah.
I didn't know this was going to intrigue you so much. I didn't know.
No, because of the artist.
Oh, the artist.
So that's why I'm frustrated that I don't remember it.
You sure? It says his picture was designed by art director Derry Noyes, who was inspired by historic.
Something else. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the motherfucker I'm talking about. He's like, oh damn. Okay.
It was based on a 1980 photo started by Jack Mitchell.
No,
Jack Mitchell. Okay.
Y'all know. Moving on.
Okay,
moving on.
Alrighty then. Houston ATM mistakenly dispenses $100 bills instead of $10 bills.
That's a definite.
And guess what? Yeah. The lucky recipients can keep
I don't understand that
money.
Part. How does that work?
I don't know why they did it.
Who pays for that?
It just said it happened for dozens of people withdraw $100 bills in Houston. One guy was going out of money. So the hundreds of people headed to the bank to get their piece of the pie, which of course resulted in people getting into arguments. Even a few fights broke out at the point. It was all good until the cops rolled up and shut the situation down at 11 p.m. local time. There's no free lunch. If you receive the money, it's not yours, and you refuse to give it back upon demand, you can be, at discretion of the Attorney General, be charged with a theft, said the police. But however, Bank of America doesn't share this sentiment. For those who question whether it's right to keep the cash, Bank of America is feeling pretty generous and told all the recipients to keep it.
What? It must not have been that much.
Not to Bank of America.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
it was. Yeah, but do you think it was more than like $1,000?
You know what I think it is? You know what I think it is? A publicity stunt. It's a goddamn publicity stunt.
But I'm still wondering,
it's
like,
a marketing stunt.
But I still wonder, like, how much are they willing to pay for that? Like, how much is it? It's basically like a commercial.
Well, it said all day.
So what is it like? What would they spend in a commercial? Like $20,000?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, they probably spend like $100,000.
You know what I mean? Like, what with the production on a holiday commercial cost, hiring actors,
easily $1 million, $2 million.
So they probably got a deal in just letting them
everyone's
keep the
gonna
money.
talk about this shit. Everyone's gonna talk about this shit. I bet you money. I bet you fucking money. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You can keep the money.
I know, it's a great story.
Like, yeah, there's no way
you couldn't pay actors to tell it this well.
No way. And they're gonna go interview those people. You can keep the money as long
and they're gonna use it for Christmas. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
They're gonna use it to pay bills to afford the fucking presents that we don't really need.
Yes. Stephon Clark's brother.
Ooh, he looking at me.
He's fine. Stephon Clark's brother, Stephon Clark, is running for Sacramento mayor. That's all. I just want y'all to know that.
That's really interesting to me. We have the mother of Jordan. What was his name? What was his last name?
Oh, sorry.
In where his music was up too loud and the crazy white dude shot him and killed him.
Yeah,
and his mother just recently was elected to Senate.
Yes. I know
or the House.
Her name right now.
Wherever.
Yes.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
You guys know. Do your Googles.
So I'm interested. I'm curious in his, run.
Yes.
Because right now, the only time I really know about him is when he was like protesting and interrupting the proceedings of the right, exactly, this guy. But I think I think it's great to see people willing to take on the challenge of public service to really
Yes.
create
Agree.
greater good.
Yes, agree.
For their community. And it's so sad that it has to come out of this personal tragedy. Same thing with like Erica Garner. Like, she was out there so much that
God rest her dead.
you know what I mean?
God
like,
rest her dead,
it
yeah.
affected her health, and
Unbelievable.
it's everywhere. I was just reading about another guy from Ferguson, Basim. He was like a Palestinian dude who was like revolutionist about that revolution. Anywho, not to go back down to catching hell side, but
Well, I like.
I'm hopeful. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I wish the best. I send you blessings, Devontae.
Yes,
Is that his name?
Devontae. Yeah, and if you don't, and you're 25. If you lose, it's good practice.
Like the fact that this is where your head is at
yeah.
is a good sign. I would hope. Excuse me, for the community.
Yes.
Younger people, even if he just helps plant that seed and helps nurture that soil, so that when more people are his age or as he gets older and everyone's in their mid-30s, they really have a vision.
He said, "I don't have the most experience. I'm not the smartest guy. At the same time, I'm from the city of Sacramento, and if there's anybody who's going to listen to the people of Sacramento and knows the problems of Sacramento, it's me." Boom. All right.
So what's interesting to me
Enough said
about that is that's basically the premise of that show, The Mayor. I mean, except maybe his brother didn't get murdered by the police, but it was like a youngish black guy who just kind of said was very charming and then got elected. And it was about all the people who basically run your office, kind of telling him what to do. I never watched it though, so I hope I'm not misrepresenting it. I was just happy black people was working.
Yes. Okay, a couple of quick ones. I don't care about Miguel marrying his girlfriend.
Oh my God, yeah, it's almost midnight. Like, have we missed anything that was truly
Common
important?
doing some things, Ava, basketball
let's talk about the
wives.
fact that Lee Daniels paid up
Yes.
with the suit with Damon Dash, because we talked about the drama where at this a recent award show, Damon pulled Lee to the side like,
And he
look,
said-
motherfucker.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
That's what he said to him. He said,
He
everything
did.
you think about
And he
is
had
gonna
them
crumble.
doing Instagram stories or whatever it was. Like, why were we recording that? That's the thing. You know what? Because for how many years this motherfucker was pulling him aside and was like, yo, nigga, give me the money. Like, I need the money. I need some of the money. Like, you know, I got kids and this and that. And Lee was like, yeah, okay. For how long did he say he been owning Oprah since Precious?
Yes. Since,
Right? So how long ago
since
was
Lee
that?
Daniels was Lee Daniels.
So, like, how long ago was that, right?
Damn, Precious came out before
It was like
Lincoln
10
was
years.
born.
That's what I'm saying. That's like 10 years at least. Okay, so there's that. But all of a sudden, he has some cameras on it. It might as well have been in an Instagram story, because now I'm happy for him. Hey, he had to do what he had to do. He waited. He gave him 10 years.
Yes.
It's more than long enough.
That's generous.
Come correct.
That's generous.
Come correct.
Generous.
I hope he got interest.
Yes.
Because you know he got it. Empire is a hit, and even if it's not a hit anymore, it's still on the air.
Yes.
All they need is enough years to get into syndication, and Lee won't even miss that money.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and we got the Mars. Shout out to
What?
Mars, the Mars Insight Lander.
Whoa, that's it?
Yeah, the Insight Lander. What's actually? Oh, no, that's not it. But it's actually a lander.
They have an image. It's like a
That's-
globe, and it's mostly red. It looks like an egg.
Yeah, no, it's
But I was like, oh, that's Mars now.
It's a no. I don't
the hell?
have any pictures of it.
What
but it's
the hell?
It landed
That's
on
a
Mars,
trick.
and
You
it's going
tricked
to
me.
It's going to drill into the surface of Mars.
Damn,
and
why?
find out if there's any
water
Martians or water
and
beings
Martians.
living underneath there.
Isn't that every movie starts?
Everything is in the movies, but I like when we make scientific leaps like this, because the only reason that we could possibly be this smart on this planet is to get off of this planet. It is Earthseed, people. I've had a revelation. I've realized that Octavia Butler was a prophet of the universe, and we really need to get in touch with our Earthseed. Anything else to talk about? Mississippi's 15-week abortion ban was ruled unconstitutional by a federal judge.
Well, a federal judge
yes,
needs
y'all.
to come through in Ohio, where they just instituted a law that it's illegal to get an abortion after 6 weeks, when so many women may not even know they're pregnant. And And
They
not only is
trying.
it illegal, but it is a felony, and you can either get life in prison or the death penalty, because now the fetus is an unborn human.
They wanted to go to the Supreme Court so bad now. Kavanaugh.
So it's
Kavanaugh.
crazy that this is happening, because that is what's going to happen. Of course, they're going to appeal that and fight that, and it's going to end up. And that's, I think, obviously very orchestrated.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're
I
trying to
just,
do.
for me, I just feel like, damn, can we get a breather? Like, I really wish. I mean, it has to happen all right now. Like, fuck.
It's life, man. It's never
It's
ending.
scary. It's scary. That one's scary to me.
Well, to lighten that up, because it's still yes, y'all. For the
I
first
know.
time,
How do we keep going back?
a black
to
woman will lead.
hell?
For the first time, a black woman will lead the Harvard Crimson, and that's not nothing. That's pretty freaking cool. That's black girl magic excellence, if you ask me. And also, I was really impressed by a social media superstar named Supa Scent, who made $1 million in 90 minutes via her crayon case cosmetics. So,
I know, what? That's crazy
pretty
to me.
impressive.
I don't watch her makeup videos, so I can't really speak to that, but I guess that's awesome.
I think Marcus Garvey would be proud. I am very, 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 very impressed and proud of her business acumen and just doing the damn thing, you know. So for you, sister. All right, let me see. That's all I got. I'm pretty much okay. Oh, I did want to say one thing on the Stay Woke tip. What did I want to share with you guys? Because I love you. And I just want you to be okay out there. Actually, you can take this or leave it. But the article I read was basically that most doctors agree that cold medicine doesn't do shit to your kid. It's just basically alcohol. It's just drugs. You should just give them fluids and gargle with salt water. If they have a sore throat, and it's basically all you can do is just take a lot of fluids and stay warm and shit. That's all you can do for a cold. We don't have nothing for colds. That's like basically 100 years from now they'll look back at that and they'll just be that was all quackery. It did nothing. All this in cough medicine is essentially various levels of drink. And that's why the kids like to pour it into
right, that cough medicine with the scissor. Like, I didn't know what that was, because it never occurred to me to drink the Robitussin.
That's all that shit is drink. It ain't.
But I guess when you're younger and you take
it knocks
quite
you
a
out.
bit of it,
yeah, it'll make you. You feel like
it's
I'm
not
good.
like when you're 40 and you got to go to work the next day. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck, let me take this Robitussin PM so I can fucking go to my shitty job,
Oh my god!
afford the health care in case I need it.
So if you don't want to give your kids drugs for just no goddamn reason, if you want to give your kids drugs consciously, then go
Please
ahead
don't give
and give yourself kids drugs.
Kids
But if you
drugs.
don't have to give them, if you don't want to give them drugs, then you should not give them these over-the-counter medications, because they are not correlated with any actual improvement in their actual health or physical well-being. And also, Russia just attacked Ukraine openly, so yay!
Oh my god!
Yay! That's all I'm saying. Oh man, it is late. We should really go to bed, because I have to go to work in the morning.
Elsa looking at me like, why the fuck are we not in bed?
Shout out to all the people that joined us. Thank you guys. It was fun to hang
What are
out
y'all
with you.
doing awake?
What are you guys doing awake?
It's late. Y'all need to go
Jesus.
to bed.
We going to bed, y'all. What are y'all doing? Good night. Good night. Okay.
Check us out on all the things.
Yes,
we're in all
we're
places.
on iHeartMedia now. We're on iHeartRadio.
What does that mean?
It's
Is that iHeartRadio kind
yes,
of?
iHeartRadio. Yes, that's where we're on the app.
Find
If
us
you
there.
can
We're
find us
on,
there.
of course, Spotify and
Stitcher, iTunes.
we have a
Podmatch,
website. I don't
everywhere.
think there's really anything on it.
No, it is. I started updating it
Woo!
again. Yay!
Look at us. Wokewithkids.com.
Yes,
And then-
Twitter and all that stuff. And
Yeah, we've been
Facebook.
tweeting a
We've
little
been
bit.
tweeting. We tweet. I'm
At
trying to do
Woke with Kids.
I'm gonna try to do the Facebook group, because people
The
have been
Instagram.
telling me I should do the Facebook group more.
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that.
You was doing it a lot, so I can understand why.
Yeah, I gotta get back on that. Yeah, but anyways,
It's the holidays, so y'all just gonna have to like.
yeah, the holidays is gonna be
easy
off.
with
It's gonna be
us.
on and off a
You
little
know how
bit.
it is.
Yeah,
It's
you know.
the weather's changing.
Yeah.
We were out of town.
We're gonna
we
have
got
guests in
family
soon.
coming in, and
Yeah, you know how it
the
goes.
children are alive and
Basically,
need things.
It's
So
all the time.
we'll try and be here, and but you know how we do sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just know how it is.
You
It's not
know.
exactly always once a
It's
week.
not science, y'all.
And sometimes we don't always say the
Yeah.
things.
But we love you. Okay.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Until next time, stay woke.
Peace.